Hello. Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome to the dungeon. Oh, man. Feeling better markedly from last week. Last week I was still a little out of it. Definitely on the at least 95%, which is better than normal. So that's good. Oh, I see we have a Gwyn and a very serious looking Oz. If you all missed the bonus action, it was a good one this last week. Brought on
What
by
happened, DM?
what happened. We're you all took the little quips of things that I wrote, and you said, you know what? No, DM, no, we are doing it our way, and you're gonna deal with it. And to all those people who want to DM out there, you can write the best notes in the world, and it does not freaking matter
We're
because
getting very good at that.
and you know what? That's fine because the players tell a better story than I write, and I much prefer the impromptu things that happen. And that doesn't mean skimp on your notes, future DMs. Have good notes. Have names for characters. You know, if you're following adventure books, know. I think the worst thing that happened to me, and Mike was there for this, was in another group we were playing, and it was an adventure book, and it was centered around Waterdeep. And Waterdeep has books and books and books and books written about it. And the people in Waterdeep have books and books. I mean, Tales from the Yawning Portal is an entire book that takes place in the Yawning Portal, which resides in Waterdeep. So like, there's a lot of lore there, and we were playing with them, and one of the players started spouting lore, and I'm like, sure. Because I have no idea. And that makes it tough. Can I politely notice some haircuts? Sure. Who got a haircut? I did not get a haircut. In fact, I meant to shave and stuff, and before tonight, and I just didn't. But who did get a haircut? Oh, it was Mike. Mike got a haircut. You can see he's a little shorter on top.
No, I actually didn't shave. I didn't post shave today.
Remy.
That dog, man.
Down us.
My dog almost met her bitter end the other night when she decided that she didn't want to sleep but just walk around the room. And then we have hardwood floors in our bedroom, and all you hear is Dougal watched 3 consecutive streams this month and sparked a watch stream. Nice, Dougal. Is that new? I don't remember.
New.
That's awesome. We love having Dougal around here, and every now and then you can catch her in Discord, and she's drawing or laughing at my flawless Japanese. Flawless. Anyways, we've got something exciting to show you. Uh-oh. We already lost Oz. It's been less than 5 minutes. So yeah, salty melons. Salty melons. Well,
he's afraid of the outcome.
Right. Oh, I had a lot of fun yesterday. Oh, there he is. I had a lot of fun with some Oz stuff yesterday, so hopefully that turns out well. Or who knows? We may take a hard left into I don't know. But hey, we do have. Look at this. All of you that came to Midland Mall, you got to see our Skull Dice Tower that we did. We now have a new one, which is it's a mimic, so you can see the top of it. The mouth is open. You can't see inside because it's an abyss in there. But there's a bunch of these little coins along the bottom, in here. Trying to look at the stream, and like his tongue is coming out, and there's like a little ring right here at the end of the tongue. I printed this out for Mike. He's actually going to paint it, and once he paints it, we'll get some pictures of that so we can put that on the stream. But we may have these available next year if we end up back in Midland Mall. Just saying. Just saying. We've been talking. Yeah, Marsland and Jay. That's because we're waiting on Oz. Everything's messed up because Oz keeps disconnecting. So we'll get that fixed So, but yeah, we wanted to show you that some cool stuff around there. Half-ass. Let's we got a lot of stuff going on here. So this week's, I'm excited about this one because I found this one. This week's beer of the week is one that James Marsland would absolutely love. It's and this is just for this is for half-ass. It's caramel Appleocalypse. It's caramel, apple, granola, vanilla, cinnamon. We rate these on Untapped. And I have some friends that make fun of me on Untapped because I tend to I'm very harsh with my ratings. I've given like 3 5s, which is the top score I think ever. 3 to 5. Not very many of them. This one got a 5. This thing is like apple pie in your mouth. So it is so delicious. There, half-ass. I got the names fixed just for you. It is so good. It's thick. It's a thick boy. You can almost chew it, which is it's so good.
It's not a beer.
It is a beer.
It's not a beer. It's a milkshake. It's a smoothie.
It's so very good. I had a hard time saving one to give to those guys, and that review, if half-ass is still here, that review should be coming out soon. If you're still here, maybe put the schedule when that one comes out, because him and Tone did some. I cleared the board, so I gave them some beers to try for the show, and they Uncle Mike says, I need one of those. Yeah, everyone needs one of those because it is so good. So Half-Ass and Fanboy Tone from Banter and Babble did some beer reviews from the beers I gave them when we went up to Midland Mall. And I don't think any of the ones they did on there scored under a 4.5 on Untapped. Like, I hit a home run. So, you're welcome. So, he did have one that James, you would like. It's a black IPA, black milkshake IPA. And I'll attest, it was very, very good for an IPA.
If you like it, then it doesn't have good hopes.
Well, Half-Ass loves IPAs. Like, you and him would be 2 peas in a pod.
What is a black milkshake IPA?
Man, they're doing weird stuff now. Evidently, and I'll get a rise out of him. So that one comes out Wednesday. So I'll get a rise out of him. They're doing stuff like white stouts now and black IPAs. So it's, yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up.
It's a thing. It's very controversial. Yeah. So that's your Half-Ass beer of the week. Let me put a shout out to him. Check him out on YouTube for the best reviewed beer. But actually, this weekend, Half-Ass and Fanboy Tone from Banter and Babble, that's on Wednesday at 9s, which they don't have a show this week, but we'll still have a show on Wednesday. They are coming down, and myself, and Mike Bishop are going to be going to Horror Hound weekend.
Horror Hound.
And we're going to have a chance to meet like the guy who voiced Crypt Keeper, Bruce Campbell. There's some of the Terrifier folks are going to be there. Who else we got there, Mike?
Some of the people from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Actually, I just saw that there's more people from the original Evil Dead that are going to be there. So like Linda
really?
and the one who played his sister. I can't think of her name.
The nun chick. Oh, the one, yeah, the lady who played the nun.
Yeah. Of course, we got some Mandalorian characters coming in.
Yep. So as long as it's not Grogu, because Grogu needs to be ground in a blender. Sorry. You know what? This is the way I got on there. Grogu sucks. Okay, he's a jerk.
You're grumpy today.
Dude,
yeah, tell us how you really feel.
It's the Mandalorian. It's about bounty hunters and the survival of the few Mandalorians that are left, not the little green booger man show.
This is the way.
Yeah. I could even deal with this is the way. It's getting to be almost as annoying as May the Force be with you, which I also equally hate. But Grogu's much worse. But Grief Karga looks like a boss in this season. So dude is doing awesome. So yeah.
Anyone coming to PAX East this weekend?
PAX East. Yeah, we'll be there. Can we stay at your place?
Sure. You can choose the couch or the floor.
You got room in your bed.
Dibs on couch.
Oh,
No, I would like to. We need to plan that sometime. I mean, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
we've talked about planning, like doing some camping and stuff, and that's something we need to do.
Can we though? Somebody's schedule's awfully busy.
Awfully well. He's going camping, so we just invite ourselves along. You know.
please do.
Yeah. See. And I tell you, if you haven't taken a chance to follow, we have an Instagram now, 7 Dungeons Instagram, and Marsland runs that. Just following Marsland's account on there. Man, the pictures he takes are just phenomenal. You're just like, this is a real place.
Oh,
No, they're really
thank you.
good. They're really good. I take pictures of food. You know, I don't get bison hiding behind tree branches in the snow out of National Geographic, man. Like,
I could practically smell that thing's breath. It was a little nerve-wracking.
yeah, because you never know their personality. They're fairly docile, though, I believe.
Oh yeah, they're pretty chill.
Yeah. So that's check that out, though. You can find all of our stuff on our link tree, which why do we not have a link to our link tree? One more thing to take care of. See, I'm feeling better, so I got a lot. We've got a lot going on in the show tonight. I just want to get that stuff out. Anybody else got anything? All right. What?
We need to go find our delinquent.
You are a delinquent.
back.
Yeah, don't forget. Like, we've got one person going one way, you're going the other. You don't even know what the rest of the group's doing. So we got a whole mess going on. Whole mess. Mess. So, without further ado, let's get started. Yes, one of our players is gone. Hopefully he's back soon. Let's get... Where we left off last week, the party spending more time with Luna there at their home and enjoying a peaceful meal of delicious food and having some conversations about what's going on next, decide that before they can leave Briar Fork, they must deal with the shakedown that is happening in the city itself. The party develops a plan that they're going to go out and try to catch these vagrants, these bandits, before they actually get to town, and dig a hole, hiding and keeping an eye out over the distance for them to travel by. While the majority of the party rests and keeps an eye out, Jade and Oz travel to the far reaches of the forest and take up a secondary position in one of the trees. Oz, not wanting to climb the tree and participate, started to head back to the group, but being dark in an unfamiliar place, lost his way and ran into Gunnar, Jade's dragon friend. After a brief conversation, he sent Gunnar in a way he thought was the right direction before heading into town. On his way into town, he finds the two bandits riding beside him, and after they rudely clipped past him, he slapped the horses on the hindquarters and they took off running, and a fight ensued, Oz being taken in the end. The party returning to town finds out that Oz had been taken, while Jade leaves the tree, heads north, and finds Gunnar, as he immediately asks Gunnar where the gold is that he handed him. Gunnar mentioned that it's in a safe place, and Jade demanded that they go find it to recover, so they head north to locate where Gunnar had kept the riches. We're going to return now to the blacksmith shop where Marslin, Bishop, and Gwenton just heard the news that Oz has been taken. What would you like to do?
Elza, you're saying that Oz made it back to town and was taken.
Yeah, he made it just to the outside, from what I can tell. He started a fight with Farthing by himself, from what we heard from the children of the city.
Did Oz seem particularly angry? Did they mention?
I didn't hear. Most of the people saw him fall with their hands, and then they tied him up and threw him on the back of the horse while they collected their money.
Well, this is very not good.
Did they happen to see which direction they took him?
After they made their collections, they headed back the way they came.
We did not see them come out of the forest from where we were. They must have exited from another location.
There's a good chance they did. They only found one thing. It's this note. I'm not sure if it's Oz's or somewhere else. And they hand you a note.
Are these papers?
They are papers. I'm going to
I can manage the papers.
One second. God, find the group. All right. I'll read this while you all read this. Are you taking it, Marslin?
Yeah, I immediately perk up at the sight of the note and offer to take it,
Okay.
assuming nobody else stops me.
Oh,
For
come on.
everyone. Bessemer, as you well know, we have talked for longer than we would have liked to come to a lasting agreement on what our goods and services are going to cost the people of the town. Now, we have not forgotten you and your people have done for us, but it is far unlikely that we can continue this arrangement under the current circumstances. Removing that from our discussion, we must finally agree that Edgar must be removed from his position of authority. Standing in him for him would be Tristan, who you know is well versed in the matter of trade, and we hope to end this matter soon. Signed, Borlon Greybeard. Underneath that, countersign, truth can only be revealed when the fires of passion warm to the sourness of our hearts.
Do any of these names sound familiar? Like town folk that I would
No.
know?
Nope.
We haven't heard of any of these.
Nope.
Okay. You don't know the origin of this note?
I do not. When somebody went to find see what the commotion was after they left, it was laying on the ground.
But it specifically appeared after the bandits came and went?
So either Oz had this, which I would doubt, or it was dropped by one of the two bandits during the struggle.
I don't know. Can't say I've seen it before. Do the names mean anything to you?
It means nothing to any of us.
The names, no.
Elza, since the raiders started doing the shakedown, who has the town been dealing with in matters of trade?
Yeah, you know, we deal with Deacon and the ships that come in.
It sounds like this note. No, out of character.
Yep.
When we first figured this out, didn't they tell us that they were having to buy all materials through a certain individual? I thought that's what you had said.
They are buying them. They are buying them from the trade. So it's whoever comes by ship or by cart. They're just not able to grow their resources themselves.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding that properly.
Yep.
Marsland, can I see that note real quick?
You're going to take good care of it, right?
I won't rip it up. I can promise you that.
Be careful with the oils of your fingers too. They can mess up the paper. And I hand
I'm
over
sorry I have
the
stubby
note.
fingers. I'll look up the
Go to
note.
my nose.
Yeah.
After I hand over the note, I'm gonna start copying down the note into my book just for record.
All right.
I'm going to look at a note for a minute and ask them, does lens force make any sense? And then point out how throughout the letter there's various capitals that doesn't make sense in with what it's being written as. It could be Lens Forest, it could be Allen's Forest. Did you guys hear Lauren at all?
No.
Oh, I could hear it through my headphones. I was like, what the hell? And I'll show what I was looking at to both Marsland and Bishop.
Take a look. What am I looking at?
When you look at the note, there's various letters that are capitalized in the middle of words, and it spells out like Lens Forest.
I hmm.
For all those books you read, you didn't notice this.
Arslan reads them, not me. I thought they were just fat fingered.
That's what I thought too.
Nope.
You silly summer children.
I definitely noticed it.
I gave one of them as a fat finger, but once I noticed it through, I was like, nah, man, this means something. Does Lens Force make any sense to like Elza or anybody else we're around? Because when I asked the question, it was to whoever's around us.
I'm not familiar with Lynn's Forest. There's Balin's Forest.
Oh, yes, actually, Quentin, you missed the capital B and the capital A at the beginning of the note. Balin's Forest?
I mean, those first two make sense as they're beginning of a sentence. So,
Yes, but there's, if you look here, the beginning of this sentence, it's not capitalized.
I see that. And then she just confirms that she knows Balin's Forest.
So, I wonder if this is a map of theirs that they dropped out of their pockets.
Wait, I'm going to flip to the back of it then. Is there a map on the back?
You don't see one.
Have we heard of Balin's Forest?
You have.
Try holding it up to a flame.
Elsa goes and grabs a candle from the back. Careful, Bishop. You don't want to catch it on fire. It's the only thing you got.
And I'll get it close enough that it'll heat the paper, but it won't burn the paper.
As the paper warms, you see an image come through the writing, and it looks like a route starting from a large tree in the forest, tracking through several bits of the forest and ending at what you would assume is a camp. Well, Balin, or Bishop, it looks like you found something.
Very much so. Cleverly hidden.
Seems these folks are crafty.
Keep holding that there. I'll copy it down so that we don't have to keep doing this little party trick.
All right. As you all continue to do that, Jade, you travel north with Gunnar. Last time we were with you, you said that you wanted Gunnar to take you to the caves where he hid the gold. So he trundles on beside you as you walk and walk and walk up into the northeastern part of the peninsula there. Let me switch to the combat map so folks can see what I'm talking about. Can't see my mouse, but yeah, just northwest of town. The whole time, Gunnar's kind of sulking beside you.
Jay, it's safe. You said to keep it safe.
When I meant keep it safe is to keep it with you. Did you bury it?
It's safe. You know, things like me, we've got to have our own lair. And what good red dragon doesn't sit on a pile of gold so he can sleep good at night?
Well, your lair is going to be mobile. It's going to go with you wherever you go. Do you understand?
It doesn't work that way, I'm telling you.
I understand what you're saying, but in this situation, have you not noticed that we've been moving around for the last couple weeks?
I thought we'd found a place to stay.
No. I found a place for you to stay for a short time. I said a couple days. And then we will be moving again.
But I like it here.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe we'll come back and visit someday. But right now, we gotta go find Oz. I left his tracks back there to come here with you to get this gold, to get my little pouch. I just can't be leaving gold laying around or I'll be out of gold and you're gonna have nothing to lay on.
Well, I know where it's at. It's
I
in
understand.
one of these caves.
Okay. So if we leave and tonight we are camping somewhere else, what are you gonna have to lay on?
You?
And
Well,
he just gives you a real sheepish grin.
I'll pat him on the head. That's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need that gold. There's gonna maybe a time that I'm not gonna be able to find food for you, and I'm gonna have to buy some food for you.
I can always find food.
You know?
You've got that blue one I'd like to pick my teeth with.
I understand that he might be kind of meaty to your eyes, but we can't eat our friends.
Oh, he's not meaty. The little one is meaty.
Hey now.
But he has a lot of hair, though. You know, you don't want
It all
hair
burns.
in your mouth.
It all burns off.
I'm thinking about getting you a pouch to put around your neck so you can have the gold with you all the time. How do you think about that?
That might be good.
I think so too. So meanwhile, I need you to make sure you give me the gold back so I can carry it for you. And then I'll give it to you every night before we go to bed.
But
How's
you
that?
gave it to me.
And I'm just holding it for you. It's still yours. We just need to get it so we can get back with the group.
But how am I someday supposed to settle down with a wife and a hatchery all of my own?
Well, perhaps someday. Right now, you live a very long time, do you not?
Maybe.
You will outlive me, will you not?
Depends on how
Yes.
hungry I get, but
Exactly.
possibly.
Someday you might eat me. Then you can go and be by yourself and go find you a lady dragon.
And I'll come back here, live in this cave, have it be my lair, and I can eat the people of Briarfork. It sounds like a great idea, Jade. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yes, and then when they kill you, then who's going to raise your baby dragons?
Oh no, I'll be big by then.
Tell you what, let's focus on now. Let's get the gold so we can go. He
All
can't.
You continue forward, looking for the gold as the night progresses. All right. The rest of you, not Oz yet. 1 second. Oz, are you good? Just so I
Is
know.
Oz here?
Okay. Okay. He's okay.
Sideways Oz.
As long as he's good. All right, the rest of you. Marslin, you've transcribed the path with near pristine accuracy. Bishop, you have the note currently. What do you want to do with that?
I hand that back
Okay.
to Elza.
Yeah, this could come in handy if you ever decided to mount an offensive. Farmers against bandits.
Also, you're going to take good care of that, right?
Yeah, I'll shove it in a book somewhere. Nothing.
That you gently place between the pages of a book, and you want to open the book very carefully and make sure it's seated in there nice, not creased, and then close the book carefully and make sure it goes onto the shelf such that it
You
doesn't slide
have
under the book.
all the information written down already, Marsland.
Yes, but have you not heard of a library where they keep the master copies? They're called master copies for a reason, Bishop.
I'm sure this handwritten letter can be trashed.
Is it not very critical information right now, though?
That is true. We have no idea where Jade is. We cannot sit on this information.
Where is this forest?
You said it
It's-
was north.
Southwest of. It's the forest you
Southwest.
were scouting before.
Oh, it's the
we
forest
stared
right
at
next
for 2
to us.
days.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time of night slash day is it?
Yeah, it's just in the early parts of the evening. You all kind of wrapped things up in the late evening and then headed back. So it's just early evening, probably 9-10 o'clock ish.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think we should try going into that forest right now with how late it is and trying to find this giant tree. Or
It
this
does not
marked
seem very
tree.
smart.
Now, what we could do is make our way towards the forest, but stop before we actually go in. Because that way, tomorrow morning or later, we'd have be able to go in during daylight.
AFK, I got a phone call.
Okay.
That
How far was it to
Sounds-
the forest edge?
couple hours.
Couple hours. Yep.
It's only a bit of a walk. I would feel much more rested if I slept in a nice, warm house.
You all are welcome to stay here as long as you like.
As long as we wake up early and head out early. We don't know what's happening to Oz.
I
The longer
will
he's
wake you up at sunrise.
I also think Trenton's heading to the farmer's market in the morning. He'd probably be able to help you. He likes to get there early before the farmers even first pick and all.
that could work.
Okay. From
So it is decided.
the back room you hear, B! I'm going to beat that child. She's well again and she won't go to bed.
Hey, that's good news.
Yeah. Until she's up all night and then I don't get any rest.
I shall return.
B, Mom said I can't have any chocolate cookies, but can I have some chocolate cookies?
I'll be back.
So you all are resting?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Jade, you
Is he
navigate.
back yet?
Yep. Jade, you navigate into. Gunnar looks through 3 caves, and he. Nope, it's not that one. Goes to the next one. Nope, it's not that one either. You. He looks up at you. They all look so similar.
Well, you're not a very good tracker, are you?
Well, maybe if
you
you
don't know-
gave me more gold coins, I could smell them.
Absolutely not. Would there by any chance I can look at the ground, see if I can find any of his tracks from earlier?
It's pretty rocky and stone. Do a survival with disadvantage.
Of course you would, but I'll take that challenge. Love these new dice. Come on, baby. Absolutely. 22.
22. Look at that. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
so you find some tracks and follow those into about the furthest cave that's out. Oh, yeah, it's this one. And he takes you into the cave, and the cave goes back for a while. You have dark vision, right?
Yes.
I believe so. Okay. So you go back into the cave. It's well past the mouth of the cave, and eventually you get back and you see a pile of stones, some debris from the shore where palm fronds and things have washed up, and like hay and chaff all stacked there, and like right in the middle, like an egg nestled together, is your pouch of gold sitting there.
See, I
Now,
told
see,
you
this
I knew
wasn't
where
hard.
it was.
No, you didn't. Oh my goodness. So I'll pick up the bag of gold, put it in the pouch, back in my pouch. I'll keep it till we go to bed tonight, okay? We got to go find the rest of our group.
At this point, it's considerably late.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Then this cave's as safe as any, so we're gonna get some sleep tonight before we head out in the morning. Is it relatively safe here, right, Gunner?
Yeah.
Right?
With me around, everything's safe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm
Except
gonna
for
get
that.
some sleep. I expect you to protect me.
And he looks at you, and he looks down at the sack, and then he looks over at his makeshift nest, and then continues that rotation with his eyes.
I'll put the bag back down on his nest.
He just plops
I'll-
over on it.
It's gonna be a fun 3 years.
Probably 4 or 5, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I am going to set an alarm at the mouth of the cave,
Okay.
and it'll just give me a mental on
All right.
anything that crosses it, larger than a deer,
Okay.
anything of an animal wise,
All right.
or human.
You take it and you kind of curl up into the nest thing against Gunner, who's nice and warm as always, and fall to sleep. Oz. Wait for him to settle in. We can't hear you. Microphone's not down far enough or something.
There.
There he is. All right. Oz.
Yes.
Hold on. Got to get my notes out.
Uh-oh.
Haha.
You feel a heavy thud as your body lands on the semi-soft ground and your eyes open to your surroundings.
Hmm.
In the morning light, trees stand tall around you as onlookers look down at you. You move slightly, but notice your movement is restricted as you've been bound securely on your person. Ropes surround your arms, legs, and feet, and your hands have been bound behind your back. You look up to see your weapons and backpack draping across the horse that is now passing your vision. The 2 assailants that you scuffled with previously dismount from their horse, walk over to you. I see you've awakened from your nap.
I
Okay.
see I'm still alive. Why?
Why?
Welcome to our home. You'll get your answers. The hobgoblin reaches down, grabbing the back of your rope that's around your body, and he begins dragging you through the camp across the ground. All of-
Excuse me. I can walk.
No, you can't.
I look down at my feet. No, I can't.
All around you, huts and tree houses can be seen as a small band of people go about their day-to-day lives. Some stop and gawk and whisper to each other as you are dragged across the ground in front of them. Make a perception check.
I got you. Perception.
Okay.
9.
All right. As you're being dragged across the ground, you feel a solid wood step brace right into your back with a thud. As you slowly ascend into one of the larger trees. Thump, 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 like dragging luggage
Easy.
over stairs.
Excuse me. Are you trying to kill me? Again?
If I wanted you dead, you would be.
Ow. Ow.
As you look straight up, you notice that this tree is much larger than the others. It's massive, easily 5 to 10 times bigger than some of the bigger trees you've seen in this forest so far. The steps give way to smooth, polished floors and gentle purple lighting, soft music strumming on a lute in the distance. The tree is hollowed out, and you see large doors that you pass through get closed behind you by a few guards. Looking around, the tree's hollow interior stretches up into the darkness, and you can see guards at various points within the inside of this large room, standing at their post, watching you as you slide backwards. Sir, we have one with intent to cause us problems and prevent our work. He has a familiar demeanor, if you take what I mean. You stare up at the emptiness of the tree before you feel yourself spin around and set into a chair facing what you see is a large knurled throne of roots and metal and wood. The throne looks to be painstakingly crafted from the tree, and on it sits a pale Goliath, his body covered in tattoos that you can see under the dark leather straps that cross his chest. In the center of the straps is a bright red jewel, and draped over his shoulders is a dark purple cloak with fur lining around his neck. His leather boot straps around his large calves and come down to a point at his toes. A small goblin sits not far from him, strumming on a lute, giving the general air a calming feeling. Welcome to my piece of the plains, little one. I trust your journey was eventful.
You count being drugged on a horse eventful, then yes, quite.
What else can we say? You attacked my people. They will defend themselves.
And then that they did. They did. They were quite rude, which necessitated a response.
Olston stands up, walks up to you, placing his rather large hand around your chin, lifting your face up and turning it side to side before staring into your eyes intently. You notice that his eyes almost burn orange, and the sides of his eyes twitch slightly as he stares down at you.
What did you say his name was?
Olston.
Olston. Okay.
But he hasn't told you that yet.
Oh, never mind. That you said you just disclosed his name, that I was like, did I miss that?
What is your name?
Oz.
Where do you come from, Oz?
I am a wanderer.
Even wanderers have family. What is your family name?
Oz is the name that I go by.
We shall see. You bear the pain of loss and madness in your eyes. Not uncommon. But you are different.
How? What? What are you speaking of? You've never met me before.
I have seen enough. And his hand drops to his side as he turns his back to you and walks back toward the throne. As he does, he raises his other hand, and two younger human men in tattered clothes are brought into the chamber in between you and Olston. They look slightly emaciated and weak with hunger in their eyes. They look back and forth between themselves and you and Olston. Olston, you notice, is staring straight back into your eyes as he speaks, not flinching, not wavering. Fight with your anger. The winner shall dine at my table this evening. Your training for your future begins now. The men begin wailing furiously at each other, the blows echoing in the emptiness of the tree. Olston stares at you as the battle ensues between the two emaciated men. After a few moments, Olston reaches behind his back and pulls out a fist-sized stone, rolls it across the floor over near them, never breaking his gaze with you. The men dive for it, and as one of them grabs it, he slams it into the other's head. The other man lies groaning and breathing shallowly as the man wielding the rock stands up and wipes the blood from his brow with a slight smile.
I'll tackle him.
You're bound.
I'm bound. I thought I was supposed to be fighting here.
Nope.
Oh.
Just them two.
Okay.
You're just bound
No.
sitting in a chair.
No, just, okay. I thought I was supposed to participate. I was
Nope.
like,
Sorry.
To participate? Okay, never mind.
Olston raises a hand and you see the wounds close on the man lying on the floor. His breathing becomes less labored and he sits up slightly. More. Tap into your anger, your hunger, your desires. The man holding the rock looks at Olston with fear as Olston nods at him. He immediately jumps on top of the other man, beating him with the stone, staring at Oz more. He raises his hand again, and the wounds close on the bloodied man on the floor. The man wielding the stone looks at Olston in disgust and concerns for his actions. Again, this will all stop if you will just realize your restraint. Release your restraint. A smile forms across Olston's mouth as he gazes at you, looking for a reaction. The man wielding the stone cries out in rage as he leaps onto the other man, using two hands to hold the stone. He brings it to bear on the man over and over again. The man on the floor stops moving. As the other man stands up, breathing heavily, he drops the stone to the floor. The silence in the room is deafening. Forthing, clean this man up, and see that he has a spot at my table this evening. Take his brother's body from here and dispose of it. The wolves will eat well tonight. The man jumps slightly as Farthing grabs his arm to escort him away. He looks at Oz for a moment, with mental pain and anguish raging behind his eyes.
Olston approaches you again slowly, looking down at you.
What are you trying to accomplish here?
Did you think you were alone, child of frost?
Excuse me?
Did you think you were the only one who was trained?
How do you know my name?
There are more than just you. And with that, Olston brings a fist down into your face, and again the world goes dark as you feel yourself hit the smooth wooden floor. The rest of you, minus Jade. Morning comes. Bishop, you're up, and you see Trenton get up. Heading off to the market.
Let me wake my companions, and we will head that way with you as we head out of town.
Sure. I can wait. And he's looking out the window at the sun. As long as you're quick about it.
I'll go and wake those two up.
All right. Bishop comes in and wakes Marslin and Gwynton up.
Jade has not returned. We need to leave.
Well, at the very least, we should leave a message in case he does come back, detailing where we've gone.
Elza and Trenton can do that.
Yeah, we'll be here. Are you all ready to go?
I suggest if you are hungry, grab some bread and let's go.
I'll be more than fine to eat as we're walking. No time to waste.
All right. So you head out the door, and Trenton looks at you. And so the reason I like to get out early in the morning before the farmers is, as you well know, the first fruits of the day are the freshest. So I go and I collect them before everyone else. You get the reasoning, correct?
Yes, it makes perfect sense. The early bird gets the worm, right?
I've never heard that. That's a great expression. The early bird gets the worm. I'll remember that.
Trademark.
This dream has been canceled.
Eventually, you come upon several carts loaded, and this isn't like crops from the surrounding area. You can tell that these are very much small gardens that people grow in probably their backyards, where they just have too much to feed their own family. So Trenton goes over. Oh, look at those peppers. I am a little late today, but I'm still first. Good luck on your journey. Take some vegetables to go, or some fruit?
I was just going to ask if we could take some for the journey.
Yes, well, we help each other here, so feel free. I'll cover the cost.
Thank you very much. Which ones do you recommend?
The apples are fantastic, but I really think you should try the peach.
And that's these ones right over here, correct?
Yes, they're soft, kind of fuzzy.
And do you boil them?
No, you just eat them. You can boil them. You can cook them and make them into a pie. I mean, they're not going to be anything from like Zormir's Bakery or anything like that, but they'll be a decent pie.
Zoromir's Bakery. I don't think I'm familiar.
It's
He
far from
sounds
here.
Shady.
Marsden, maybe the questions can wait till later.
I mean, we're here with the friendly man right now getting the food. Might as well ask. Okay, fine. We must be on our way. I will just grab some, put them in my bag, and we can get going. And I'll go around and pick a selection.
Okay. And you can
Steals
see
everything.
Trenton's just counting and looking at the locals and just nodding at them that he'll cover it. And be safe, Bishop.
I will try.
Good journeys. Hopefully we'll see you all again. If your friend comes back, what should I tell him? Just to wait with us?
Leave that up to him.
Okay. And you begin traversing toward the forest. You see a cannibal run up a tree. No.
Some muddies running around.
Random screaming. All right. You travel. Any conversations you want to have on your way?
I am glad that Luna is now okay. I am truly sorry, Quentin.
Bishop, it is okay. I'm glad Luna's also feeling way better now as well. I'll handle you a different way. There's other things I can do as well.
It is nice knowing that more of your people, Marsland, made it out of your destroyed city.
It is truly so exciting to hear. I just wish that they were able to give me more information about who was here and where they'd gone. I would love to reconnect.
Well, they did say one of them went to Governor's Den, did they not?
This was not one of my people, per se. Not one of my Vidalcan, but yes, I did know them.
Oh, okay. There's a good chance you'll find the others here too then. They might still be on one of these islands.
I don't want to get too excited. My excitement can get carried away sometimes. But if they're on the mainland, then potentially I will be able to run into them at some point. I'll have to keep an eye out. Thankfully, we are not too difficult to spot.
Yeah, no, you're pretty easy to spot out of the blue.
Was that a joke? I will take it by his laughing that it was. That was funny.
All right. You travel through and get to the edge of the forest here, and you see the tree that must be referenced in the map that you discovered. How would you like to proceed from here?
Do we get an actual picture of the map?
You do not.
Oh.
Know what we are walking into. I suggest being as quiet as possible.
I'll try my hardest, but can't make too many promises on that.
At least we have a map showing some direction. I would not want to be in this forest without it.
I would agree. I would get lost without the map as well.
Good thing I will keep it very safe in the book here.
Okay. So are you just moving, or are you stealthing, or?
I think once we get close to the forest, I'll make an attempt to be
You're basically at the forest now.
Yeah.
Oh, we are.
I'm gonna,
okay.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to be as quiet as I can.
I will as well. So
Okay.
stealth rolls.
Roll your stealth.
I think there's something wrong in my sheet. It doesn't say plus 14.
I got
Wait.
7.
Multi-class.
Quentin, I would expect nothing less.
Right? My first one wasn't bad.
Marsland, I don't see. Oh, there's Marsland's bishop. Oh, yours is up there. Okay. All right. Average. Quentin, he's tromping through, and it almost seems intentional that he's stepping on any stick that he can. But you both kind of quiet him down and show him where to walk so that it's a bit more quiet.
I'm like a toddler.
Well,
Here,
out of everyone, you wear.
My hand. Don't jump in puddles.
Don't you dare close your eyes. He can show you the forest.
Oh God.
All right. So you begin progressing through, and you're getting closer and closer. I've just got a series of checks here to make. Okay. All right. So, as you're progressing through the forest, you hear some movement. You get the feeling that you're being watched. Nobody's taking action against you, but you feel like you are being watched.
I'm going to just constantly be scanning the forest for any movement or reflection of eyes or anything.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Great. You're doing great.
There's nobody there.
You don't see anything.
We're so alone in this forest. I'm gonna be watching where I'm walking, try not to make all the noise in the world.
Okay. Eventually, you creep up into a bush, and you can see before you a clearing. A large tree rests at the back with a door affixed in it. Several homes have been set up in the trees themselves, and people are walking about their business doing day-to-day things. And that's when we'll switch to Jade. Jade,
Hey.
you wake up. The alarm was not triggered through the evening. Kind of nudge Gunner a bit, and he nudges you back, almost knocking you over.
Hey now, stop. We gotta
I
get
want
going.
to sleep more. I like
No.
to sleep.
It feels so comfy, and he just shakes himself down onto the pile of gold.
I'll like push him over and grab the
I don't
gold.
like.
Still too early.
I don't like this.
Let's go. Come on. We have to find Oz.
Find Oz. Well, you
Yeah.
just went back with the group.
I do not know that. We've followed his tracks and it was not towards the group. Let's go, buddy.
All right. You head that way.
So I'm
That's
gonna
it.
head back down to where I left off with the tracks. See if I can't pick them back up.
It's been a while. Give me a survival with disadvantage again.
Don't fail
not-
me now. Don't fail me now.
Me now.
You didn't fail me again. Whoop, whoop.
You can see it's hard to track where they went. They look like they're heading southeast from where you're at.
So that's different than the. That's the opposite way from the town then.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Had to get the map back up there. Okay, so I'm gonna start following them. Being mindful of, I'm looking around, but I'm also being mindful of where we are in reference to the people at Briarfort. I
Yeah.
don't want to get into the city with him or into the town.
Yeah, you are heading that direction toward the city.
Okay. I'm going to find a place off the path to stash him for just a moment while I run into town to see if I can find the rest of our group or Oz.
Okay. You're not quite that far yet, but that's where you're headed.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
The rest of you, minus Oz and Jade. Deep in the forest, you can tell these bandits thrive there. They've set up a rather nice camp. Several different races sit around tables and huts built into the tree. Laughing and drinking can be heard. What would you like to do?
This is a much bigger operation than I had thought.
I agree. We are a little outnumbered.
The only thing I can think of is to try and have a conversation.
I am very out of my element here. If you feel comfortable doing that.
Well, as Quentin has said, we are very outnumbered.
Are people looking at us?
Hiding.
Funny you should say that. You hear a voice behind you. Oh, I would think they'd be really happy to meet all of you.
Ah, you
turn-
stuck up on us.
You turn and see a tiefling has a crossbow. It's not trained at you, but it's definitely loaded in there. Want to take a look inside, do you?
Sorry, is this not the public establishment?
Thank you, Jesus.
I don't usually walk to us. Stand up.
I'm already standing.
Stand up more, dwarf.
One of our companions was brought here.
A lot of people's
We-
companions were brought here.
Wanted to speak about the Briarfork situation.
Oh, yeah, sure. Audience with Olston. Sounds like a great plan. That way, toward the big tree. Move forward, please.
I'll start walking.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Marsland, you too?
Yep.
You feel, Marsland, as you're in the back, you feel a slight poke of the arrow being pressed into your back from the crossbow.
At least you hope that's the arrow.
God. I'm going. No need to push.
The people of the town stare and make comments as you are being led through town by this tiefling. They take you back to the large tree in the very back of the encampment, and two armed guards open the door as they walk forward. The inside of the tree is lit with small glowing lights, and you look up and almost seems like fireflies dance in the endless openness of the tree. On the far side of the tree is a throne of sorts carved of the tree itself with roots and metal. You see a pale Goliath, body covered in tattoos that you can see under the dark leather straps across his chest. Center of the straps is a bright red jewel. Draped over his shoulders is a dark purple cloak with fur lining. Big leather boots that come down to a point and wrap around his large calves. He just stares motionless as you approach. Once you get closer, the scout that was behind you nods and leaves, leaving you there within the confines of the tree, and you hear the doors close behind you.
I do not know you.
And he sneers, looking down at all of you.
What brings you here, in this place? What causes you to interrupt my people?
We did not come to interrupt anything. My name is Bishop. One of our companions was brought here yesterday.
Many companions are brought here.
So I have been told.
What business do you have with Alston?
Well, Alston, I left the town of Briarfork in search of a cure for this new disease. And as I returned, find that the town is being extorted for money they do not have.
Maybe they owe me money. How do you know? You're not from Briarfork.
I have lived in Briarfork my whole life.
Can we really say lived?
That
And he just
is
smiles
hurtful.
at you.
And what have we got here? One from a forgotten lost race and a dwarf.
Seems like the start of a bad
Excuse
joke,
me.
doesn't it?
Excuse me, what? Forgotten? We are not forgotten.
I thought the Veldalken disappeared from this world. Nothing but a
Oh, we are.
mark on the magical community.
What do you have against the Vidalcan?
They started wars against my people a millennia ago.
Do I know about this?
I would say you're aware of the Great War between the Goliaths and the Vidalcan. It didn't happen in your place, but it did happen in other residencies.
Hmm. Those ancestors are far separated from modern Vidalcan. We're much gentler folk now.
Still weaving your spells.
Well, yes, but there are plenty of people in these lands that work with magic.
And dwarf, did you come here to dig a hole in my camp? To hide under the ground, into the roots and trees of my people?
Digging holes is not what I do. I'm a priest.
Oh, so you
Not
came
a-
here to save
anything else.
Ulston's soul, huh? Tell me, which deity am I praying to this time?
Only if you want to. It's true, Silver. But no one has to pray to her.
True Silver, Ogma, Azuth, Sirik. People bring their gods and Ulston laughs at them. Their gods don't save them here.
Everybody's entitled to how they feel about gods. But the important thing is you acknowledge they exist.
Maybe they used to. They don't exist now. The gods have left this place.
Keep hearing that, but how recently have they left this place?
It's been 30, 40 years at least.
See, that's where I find things a little odd because I didn't get my powers until about 5, 10 years ago.
Maybe you worship demons.
That'd be a new one on me.
Maybe you have a pact with an evil creature. You just say you're from these gods.
Well, if anyone could fool a church for 5 years, I don't think I'm one of them.
What business do you have here? Else leave.
As my friend said, one of our comrades got brought here. An elf. Very angry elf sometimes, but not a bad person.
We assume that our friend got brought here. We don't know for certain. We don't want to be too accusatory.
What is this elf's name? An elf and a dwarf together. What a concept.
Hey, sometimes you make friends places you don't expect it. We've only ever called him Oz.
So you... Oz, you say. Oz...
All the times we've talked, he definitely had something going on in his past. But we've never pressed it about anything. It's not what I'm about.
Oz has business elsewhere.
Business of his own free will, or business that you demand of him?
I demand nothing, but there are people who will pay quite well to see his face again. And as you know, there's nothing better in life than money.
That is not true.
Maybe not for you, but it is for me. So, what is this? What do you plan to do with this, Oz? You just want me to release him. He attacks my people. He causes a commotion. He enrages in front of my people. And I'm supposed to just let him go to you and say, have a nice day. See you next time.
I have been with him for some time now, and I have yet to see him actually start a fight. Most of the time he loses his temper is because he is provoked. So tell me, what is it that your people did?
They said they rode by him and he slapped their horses, and the horses took off running and almost caused the riders to fall off. He then fought them, teleporting around.
Something about that seems to be missing. One, even if he did slap the horses' behinds, how bad of riders are your people that they can't maintain them? And it was quite a jump from slapping a horse to the horses running away to them fighting.
I can only go on what my people say, and I believe them.
Do you mind if we question them?
Why don't you question your friend? He makes a motion, and
That's fine by me.
out from the back, you see him dragging Oz. He's bound completely. Feet, hands, arms. He looks just exhausted. The weariness in his eyes. He looks unhurt. I mean, he was hurt, right? But he's not. It's not like he's been abused there. And they pull out a chair and set him down in there. Now, Mr. Oz.
I'll open my eyes and look around.
Why don't you tell these fine people, your friends, what really happened?
You should see us. We're all there.
Excuse me, what are you talking about?
Did you or did you not assault the horses of my men?
Yes.
Did you or did you not assault my men?
Yes.
I think that's all the answers that we'll need.
Who hit who first?
Are you
Oz?
talking to me?
Yes.
They're not talking to me.
They cut me off while I was walking down the path. And I decided to move them along a little faster for this rude gesture as I'm
So
just
it
making
seems
my
like
way.
your Oz started the altercation.
I never say he didn't slap the horses, but how did your men react to that?
No, excuse me. Now let's get the story straight. If we're going to recap the event again, then they cut me off while I was walking past them. They didn't go around. They came and they rudely pushed me to the side.
Did
Will
you feel
you
like
in
you
this-
were in danger during this maneuver?
I don't care about the danger. That was rude.
Okay.
So if someone stands beside you and they fought on you, you can punch them, stab them. It's okay because it was rude.
No, I could say I would move them out of the way and they could excuse themselves to go relieve themselves later or out of the way.
So, and in this case, you were walking down the center of the road, the main thoroughfare into town, and you got nudged by horses, and it's their fault.
Of course. I was walking. Go around.
So, as you can see,
You are not the law.
I am the
It is
law
not-
in these parts.
Funny, I've never heard of you before.
Nigh I you for growing up in the Briar Fork.
Then obviously you were not informed well enough.
But I am a reasonable man. I'm willing to barter for your friend. I'm sure Caldera would go without one more for her experiments.
What was that name?
Yeah, he's like, I
Caldera.
gotta write this down. Caldera, crazy person with experiments.
Next experiment on elves, especially the long-haired blonde type.
Alright.
What were you thinking?
As I said, I'm reasonable. 100 gold pieces.
Would you take 50 gold pieces? And if you have any injured, I can heal them.
I
Or
also
provide
have some
other-
fresh fruit and vegetables here.
Medical help.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage? Medical help is expensive, man. Do you not live in the USA?
No, they live in Briar Fork.
Who's rolling the persuasion? Me or you?
You.
You're okay.
You're the one that is.
Well, I can't do worse than I can do worse. I hate you.
You are not
I
scary.
hate you. I have persuasion. I have 0 charisma.
Dude.
Maybe 150 gold pieces. No, I kid. I have lots of jokes. 100 gold pieces will be fine, and you can have your friend. Not that I won't tell the people that are looking for him that he's living here, and that he was seen here, because there's a bit of a finder's fee, and Who knows, in the future I might come for him myself. Depends on what's lucrative.
We would. We would be willing to pay the 100 gold, I think, if you can promise that we will have no trouble with your people in the future. Otherwise, why are we paying you?
Time. It's all about time. When I finish my job up here, I'll be looking for the next job, and my next job may be finding him. I don't know. It just depends on how much people are willing to pay.
So who's paying you to be up here right now?
Caldera, of course. I said that. Nobody listens to me around here.
You did say Caldera, but for experiments. What does she want with Briarfork? This is a little fishing town.
Nobody cares about the people of Briarfork. They are but
So
dust
why-
in the wind. If Briarfork disappeared tomorrow, nobody would miss them.
Why did you guys destroy their fields with the bugs, little
Maggots.
Right. Wouldn't it be more profitable to let them continue with their merchandise and fields and crops and fishing?
Not when I get 30% of the take on this imported goods.
So you get 30% of everything they buy, plus you go and extort more money from them?
Of course, it's all about the money.
I cannot stand by and allow that.
Well, you can go, and there'll be no harm.
The people of Briarfork are suffering. There is no need for that.
Well, soon we'll have enough people from there. And we'll leave Briarfork alone. And they can spend the next 100 years rebuilding themselves. And who's to say? Maybe you'll still be around to do that. I can go back to Dearney. Maybe sit around, wait for the next job to come in.
What do you plan to do with a friend here if we don't pay you your 100 gold?
Oh, others have plans for him. They will come and take him. What they do after that, after they pay me, I don't care. I know what he is. I've got a pretty good idea of what he's done. I don't wish whatever they're going to do to him on anyone.
Well, you do seem to have some bit of a moral compass then after all.
It's very small,
Or let it
much
guide
like
you in
the
the
dwarf.
Hey now.
let it guide you in the correct direction and let them come back to us.
And lose out on all that money? I don't think so.
That's assuming that we're going to give it to you in the first place.
If you don't, I am not scared of any of you.
Well, Marsling, Bishop, what do you guys want to do?
If this is what gets Oz freed, I suggest we pay it.
Have you... Do we take this out of Oz's coin purse? He got himself into this predicament after all.
I'm gonna try to slap Marsland. I might have
Okay.
to jump a bit.
Okay. Roll an attack against him, but and just it's an unarmed strike.
Fucking 6. It didn't roll at all. It just went. Whee!
Duke.
Hey,
Just
real
a
dice
whip in
do
midair.
real dice do that too.
Wait, dude, can I miss and use his dick instead?
Sure. he, just,
What?
he slaps at you and just
punch.
thwongs in front of you.
You're too worried about money at the cost of someone's life that you've been working with.
You see,
It's
Olston
just-
turns toward Oz. Oh, we haven't had a chance to go through your things. Do you have money in there? Stuff we can. You can... I guess it's not fair for me to make that observation and discussion now. That is not fair. I said 100 gold pieces. We'll go with 100 gold pieces.
And yes, you can take it from my pack. Since now we're disclosing what I have in here.
If you want, we could take it from his flesh, though I don't think there would be much left.
No, my pack's sitting right over there.
We could take it from his flesh.
No,
I'm just gonna hand over the 100 gold.
Okay.
No more talking about cutting somebody up.
I have one small requirement after the transaction.
Shouldn't that have been mentioned before we paid?
Yes, but we are bandits. He must remain in bonds until you're out of the forest. However you want to transport him.
Are we allowed to take them off his feet so he can walk on his own?
I will allow it.
Then that
Are you
shouldn't be a
going-
problem.
But his hands and body must stay wrapped.
I imagine
have-
he has all of his stuff on him still.
It's outside on the horse.
As long as all of his stuff is there and he can walk out, that won't be a problem. Right,
As long as-
Oz? Right, Marsland?
As long as you don't accuse us of stealing when we take his stuff back.
Nope, it's his stuff. I have not taken ownership of it yet.
Oz, are you okay with walking out of the forest on your own 2 feet, or do we need to throw you on Bishop's back?
And walk. Well, right now I can hop.
I'll go over and cut the ropes on his feet off and his legs so he can move.
Okay. They watch you very intently as you cut those off to make sure you're not making any aggressive actions.
Did he
I don't
not
wanna-
see me trying to convince him, and he did not see me miss and fail hitting somebody? I'm not a threat.
They're going to watch you.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, Ozeldolf of House Frost. And
And I'm gonna continue to maintain eye contact. Please meet me outside. I need to have a word
with me,
with you.
we can have that word in here where it's...
Yes, I'm talking to my companions. I'm sorry. It's difficult for me to maintain eye contact with you and talk to them.
Oz, why do you not want us around? I'm afraid
Because
that...
I wish to talk with him for a moment, my captor.
Don't do anything foolish, Oz.
I'm alive.
At least right now.
For now, this is true.
Until
should
he
be
leaves the
dead.
camp, there is a full refund. I'll just say, if something happens to him, we'll give you full refund.
Do we get
Even if
receipts?
you kill him.
We do give... We are bandits, but we do have some morals, and there is
If
a...
you drive the Oz off of the lot, then the refund is null and void.
It's null and void after you leave boundary of camp. It becomes
You're the
ours.
most reasonable criminals I've ever come across.
That's because
we
True
try.
Silver's with them yet. They don't realize it yet,
You keep
but they
trying to save
understand
my
the
soul.
values. I'm gonna walk out, say, "Just come out when you're ready. We're gonna get your stuff."
Yes, my men will show you where his things are. I'll talk with him.
Before we go, is there like an how do you become a bandit? Is there an application process?
It's a long,
Marcelin, get
it's a
out.
long, drawn-out process. But if you're interested, we can have you talk to our people, and our people are happy to send you through. There's a lot of paperwork, though. I don't know if you're a big fan of paperwork, but there's a lot of paperwork.
This might be a match made in heaven if there's paperwork.
You are a
He'll be like, "I'll be
strange,
your
sad little
accountant."
man.
As Quentin said, I could be a criminal accountant.
There's
That
plenty of
sounds
gold
like-
to count.
Oh, what was that?
There's plenty of gold to count. Are you any good at skimming books? Sometimes we have to skim. That's a conversation for another time.
Oh no, I'm
You
not
want-
very good at skimming.
I could teach you.
Things need to be very accurate and very precise. Things need to be correct and to the dot. Cross your I's and dot your T's, if you know what I mean.
Well, if you're interested, just speak to our man outside. He'll get you hooked up.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Are you done now, Marcelin?
I'm curious that how other folks operate in the world. Do you not find it fascinating? These people have carved out a niche in their community. Well, I do not personally agree with it. It is something that is worth documenting, writing down in the papers.
Marcelin,
Okay, fine. And I'll head outside.
Bishop.
Before Bishop turns,
Okay.
you do realize, Oz, that your secrets have now gotten us into this.
I'm aware.
Bishop turns and walks out.
And I'll keep your true silver in mind. Goodbye, dwarf. So you're all leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. You all leave. The doors close, and it's just you and got my own guy's name, Olston.
It's like Olston, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know my name?
Your father kept good records of those he worked with.
He is not my father.
You will call him father. He is our father.
Excuse me. What is this that you speak of?
You think you're the only one he trained to be killers? To unlock your potential?
His focus was on another matter, but that matter is since been extinguished. How? He wanted me to learn magic.
And from what my men tell me, you have tapped into that, so his mission was successful.
Not in his mind.
A mishap that can be exploited.
Have you heard from my brother?
Of course. He saw
How
you
is-
in Cape's Vassal.
How is he?
Did I say that wrong?
It's no, it's not.
Candor's Keep.
Yeah,
You didn't just say it wrong. You went the wrong map.
yeah, it was the
Yeah.
wrong campaign.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. Is he well?
Well enough.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask for your silence, but now that I know you've been trained by him,
We will see each other again. Keep an eye over your shoulder.
So be it. I guess there is no hiding from this.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you for keeping me alive.
I was surprised you didn't get provoked at my little show.
I'm trying to get better. When I get upset, I can't control it.
Imagine that rage harnessed into the magical fields. Imagine what someone such as yourself would be able to do.
Now turn to female.
Don't
You-
harness yourself too much. Feed on that anger. Tap out into that magic.
Suppose we will see each other again.
Probably on less friendly terms.
Maybe.
But I must be writing a letter to your father and getting that sent away and getting our people to Caldera. So, good day. Enjoy your friends. Until next time, have more gold.
I'll turn. And I'll leave.
Is somebody gonna open the door for him?
Yeah, he just kind of he just kind of worm wiggles out. Bishop and all you guys, you grab his backpack and his things. You see the Oz. You see the hobgoblin there. Farthing. Well,
Everything.
I think that's all your things.
I'll nod to him. And then grab my things. Well, I
You
can't grab
grab
my
my-
things.
You can't grab
no, I
nothing,
can't grab
yeah.
anything. It's like,
Well, carry your things out.
to just stand there in front of him. It's like,
I'm sure we'll see you. I'm sure we'll see you again.
yes, I believe we will.
Maybe next time, try walking on the side of the road instead of down the middle. And he just flashes a grin at you.
And I'll waddle next to the group.
Okay. The rest of you heading out into the forest?
Let's get back to town. Maybe we'll find Jade.
All right. The any conversations you want to have as you're working toward the edge of the forest?
Am I still in the camp?
I would say you just left the outside of the camp.
I'm outside of reach of hearing range from the bandit camp.
As far as you know.
As far as
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Could someone please release me from my bonds?
The deal was out of the forest, right?
Yep.
Was it out of the forest or out of the
Yeah.
camp?
It's out of the forest.
Out of the forest.
Sorry, Oz. Not until we're out of the forest.
Fine.
They outnumber us greatly, and I don't want to get into a fight that I will not win.
I have an uneasy feeling that they have eyes all throughout the forest, too. They would somehow know.
Then let's continue this charade.
Was your story back there true? Was that actually what happened?
I don't want to. The actions that you took are worthy of an explanation. but not now.
The actions we took.
By freeing me.
Did you not want to be freed?
I didn't expect to be freed.
We didn't expect to find you, to be honest. It was but a stroke of luck. You didn't leave a cryptic note, did you?
I've been unconscious most of the past 2 days.
So that's a negative.
I'll take that as a no.
I was awake enough to see them beat each other mercilessly.
Beat each other, not just you.
No, I was to watch.
They were beating their own kind. To
Yes.
death?
I don't believe it was their own kind. Numerous times in the discussion, he was saying how he was taking people from other places.
This makes more
So
sense.
not only are they extorting towns, they are kidnapping individuals as well.
The situation I saw, they were quite bedraggled. So that may be the case, but I don't know their origin.
This does disturb me greatly. It is not good to have these kinds out in the world. It would be good if we could somehow put an end to their charades.
I don't think we stand a chance.
Not us as it would seem.
I
Although,
think Elsa had it right. If we could get the people of Briarfork organized, at least to have
Before
some sort
before
of
you say that, Bishop, do you really want to talk about that in the forest where they have ears and we don't know who's listening?
go at me.
You want to continue this conversation?
I just trudged on. I trudged on.
Yep.
Okay. So you're just walking in silence till you're out of the forest?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jade.
Well, I'll whisper. Hold on. Before
Okay.
that, I'll whisper to Marsland. I would jot down what the town looked like before you forget.
The one time Marsden
Dude.
wasn't drawing everything.
It's true. He walks with no response.
Oh, sorry. My audio did something there. Were you talking to me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I missed that.
He told you to jot down what the camp looked like.
Okay. I will, in impeccable detail, from memory, draw down everything that I could see about the floor plan of the camp that we were at and the surroundings.
And the number of people that you saw?
Yeah. If I was able to determine that.
Yeah, fair enough. From the ones you were out there for a little bit while Oz was talking, so you can look around and see who you could see. Roughly 30 people or so.
You plan any trap spells while you were at it? Or dig holes?
I am not reckless like our friend here.
That's all I had.
Waddle, waddle, waddle.
Yeah. All right, Jade. You arrive. The tracks take you to the road that leads to Briar Fork, and then disappear.
It looks like, Gunnar, that Oz's tracks disappear. He didn't go into town.
Maybe he went back to Kandor's Keep.
No. Let's think about this.
You
Think
don't
about
know.
Hush. Shh. What would he do? Daylight, he would go back out into the field. Let's do that. Come on, let's go. I'll follow his tracks.
There are no more tracks at this point.
Okay.
Just
I'll
ones
head
in
in
front.
back into the direction that we were towards the forest so I can go find the holes that they had dug.
Okay, to go toward the holes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. The rest of you get to the edge of the forest. You are now officially outside of the forest. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hold out my hands. But am I bound like around my chest too?
I'm going
Yeah,
to
it's
attempt.
around.
Like around, so it's just like, okay, so just across my chest. All right.
I'll cut him open. Yeah, I'm gonna cut him open. I'll cut the
Cut him
ropes.
open.
Watch it
And
there,
I know.
Cliff.
Can I do a medicine check too on him? See how well he is.
Yeah, go ahead and do a medicine check.
23.
Do it with advantage.
Yeah, he doesn't need the advantage. Like, for once.
Hey, I'm good with medicine, and I still roll like shit.
I mean, I get that. Okay, I can get some guidance too. Let's see how I can get this.
Yeah.
Do
You
I
got
look
cancer.
It's really small.
On top of your tumor.
No, jeez.
Do I look as bad as I feel?
Oh, you look a little worse than you feel there, buddy. I
can't
imagine he's down to like one hit point or something, so he's pretty beat up.
He's pretty beat up. You can. What's interesting is on his face, it almost looks like the imprint of like knuckles and like slight imprints of fingers, like somebody just hit him so hard it indented into his face.
Oh my god! I'll cast healing spell on him. I did a level 2 cure wounds, so he's gonna heal for 14 hit points.
Okay, you see kind of that mark on his face kind of expand like it's being inflated a bit, and you see some life come back into his eyes.
Is it swelling like he has a disease?
No,
You got an infection? Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's just puffing out a bit.
What time of day?
It's around dawn. Sun is setting.
Done. Okay. Would anyone mind if we camped for the evening? I could use sleep.
Well, we're outside the forest, which is all he said we needed to be. We're a few hours from town.
Yeah, you could reasonably make it back to town for nightfall.
Fine. Then fine. I will keep this brief. My name is Ozeldoff Frost. I have been in hiding from my adopted father.
Ozeldoff.
Ozeldoff Frost. Was raised by House Frost in the Arboreum. And I have, for the past several years, been undergoing training in what I believed was Colton Frost's objective, was to refine the arts of Hishna within me and my brother. It was more successful with my brother. I could not master the craft. The training was intense. More intense than I think any person should have ever endured. And after a situation, I lost control. And I thought I beat my adopted father to death in order to save my brother. But it appears it was a ruse, and I can't make much sense of it. I panicked, and I ran. And I continued to run to this day. I put on that mockery of a voice and persona for a period of time in order to try and escape my past. It rather started because I bit the inside of my mouth one day, and it was so swollen that I sounded like this, and then it became easier to continue to keep that persona. But now that you have saved my life from, I don't know what to have expected from there. I owe you that much.
Oz, I don't care what happened in the past right now. There's no way I was going to let you be sent off to possibly your death.
Agreed.
Well, whichever one of you has my pack, there's plenty of gold to repay for the cost to free me. Please take it. It's the least I can do.
Not worried about gold right now, man.
Yeah. Let's continue walking, if you don't mind. I don't know much after I left. I don't know much about why he did what he did and why he trained us so vigorously. But apparently, DM, what was his name again? Oslet? The
Which one?
bandit Goliath dude?
Oh, Olston.
Olston, not Oslet. Okay, Olston. Olston trained under him as well, and was more successful than I.
We trained under your father.
According to Olston, yes.
What a small world. You said you were from, not from this island, right? Or
No.
from this land. You're from a ways away.
To the west. The
Curious that
Arboreum.
your paths would intersect here, of all places.
I don't know. And it's curious, but
You
here
don't
I am.
think this is one of the people that was trying to find you, and they just happened to have found you?
I don't
Oh.
think he was looking for him. If he was, he wouldn't have given him up so easily.
He recognized me.
I find it very curious that he let you go for 100 gold if the bounty on your head is far greater.
I'm not sure what the bounty is. I'm not sure what his motive is. He was quite intrigued with trying to provoke me to lose myself. I'll have you know, Bishop, the only reason I didn't fight them was because you wanted to capture them.
What I wanted was a group effort.
Yes, I
You
stumbled on them.
I do
You
not
sure
want you
did.
to not defend yourself. And obviously, there is much more going on than I realized.
I may have been a little upset after wandering through the fields trying to find everybody and stumbling upon Jade's blasted dragon.
What?
And then, as soon as I found the trail, I tried determining where I should go, and then I stumbled on them, and they caught me at a bad time. So when they bumped me on the road, I think intentionally, I decided to slap their horses and get them going. Maybe not a bright move, but it felt good at the time.
Has this been a lesson in provocation?
Yes, I provoked them and then thought better of it.
In the moment or once you were unconscious?
Once they were chasing me on their blasted horses, Moslin.
Okay, just making sure, trying to get you to think about this. We
I'm-
seem to have a reckless group of adventurers here that like to live by the seat of their pants.
I don't have pants.
I can see that. I wish you did.
I'm
Not
glad
as freeing.
that you showed some restraint.
I nearly died. I should be dead. I don't know to this day why they decided to spare me.
What was your plan if we didn't show up?
Continue running until I found town? I
No,
figured
what's that? Not when you were restrained in their den.
I fear I was at... There's nothing I could have done. I could have fought. I could have broke my bonds. And then probably died.
Well, surely
Caldera,
while you,
whatever this Caldera is, whatever her experiments are, I may have been a victim of one of them.
you weren't able to overhear more information about this caldera.
I will direct you to my previous statement of my state of consciousness over the past 2 days, dear Moslin.
Did you just regain consciousness when we walked in?
It has been varying states of consciousness. And then I'll point to the puffiness on my face.
May I?
No.
I'd be very
Yes.
curious
Yes,
and trying to expand my medical knowledge, and I haven't seen an injury quite like that one before.
Good. It hurts, Moslin. It hurts a lot. And so does my pride. I've never received such a beating before.
I mean, it was 2v1, and you weren't fighting back.
I fought, Quentin.
After they
Eventually.
chased you down again?
Eventually, I fought.
Not immediately, which shows improvement on you controlling your anger.
How far away is this town anyway? This is becoming very awkward.
Well, considering you wanted to stop and talk at the forest edge instead of walk and talk,
I would like to continue walking, Quentin. I'm tired. And this conversation keeps being centered on me.
Well, considering what happened, it's only accurate that it's centered on you.
I tell you what, we are most fortunate to know what encampment these bandits have. We would have been one of the victims had we tried to assault them.
Before you come back with your retort of being unconscious and big damage to your face and everything, in the brief, fleeting moments of your wakefulness, did you happen to see any weaknesses in their defenses?
They're in a giant tree, and we have a dragon.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Pretend I didn't hear that.
Is the dragon good at biting down trees?
Oh my god.
Oh, you mean the fire?
Yes.
You mean the fire?
Yes, Marlson.
It troubles me that you said you found his dragon, not where he left it, but closer to town.
It troubles me that I woke up and saw a dragon.
I am finding it hard to show restraint.
Oh, you and I
This-
share something in common.
Casualness about extorting people from Briarfork with no means of changing.
My guess is he's someone who only cares about the money. Which is why I think he let Oz go. His job wasn't to give Oz to somebody, and he saw a way to make a quick 100 gold.
I don't know if any of you noticed, but he also let slip he was from Dearney.
Yes. Do I know much about that town besides that I'm not allowed to go there to take a boat?
No, none of you really know much about Dearney.
Okay. Maybe we could ask somebody. Maybe Elza might know, or when we go back to the big city, someone there might know more about that. I'd find it hard if nobody in Cander's Keep knows that area.
You mean Cape's Vassal?
No, Cander's Keep, you son of a bitch. I cannot remember that name of that town, so I'm happy I remembered it just now.
Cape's Vassal, I believe, is on another continent. Across the sea.
But it was on another plane.
Plot twist, it's actually in the same realm.
It is just south of this island, but yeah,
I was going to say north.
no,
Oh,
it is south. Yeah.
That means
Tragic history.
that means that we need to
place.
watch out for the fish.
Oh, God.
depends on where we are in time.
Well, you've already seen one.
Hmm?
Yeah.
That's right. We did.
Did. I thought that was a reference, not actually the same universe.
Womp womp.
Oh.
Oh, man.
I would ask that you please continue to call me Oz.
Your secret is safe with us.
It's not going to be much of a secret for long. They're going to be looking at me, and now they've got me narrowed down to the correct island. I don't know what I'm going to do. I fear I may have endangered all of you.
If you're trying to be discreet, Oz is pretty recognizable from Ozeldorf.
Shut up, Marzen.
Uncalled for.
You could always swap genders again.
We go back to calling you Helga.
Oh, yeah. Helga's always welcome.
As much as it would amuse me, I cannot change genders at a whim.
You can certainly try.
He just keeps raging until it works.
Quentin's just slapping me.
He would miss.
Would I though, or not?
Just every time I go to sleep, he comes over there and like pinches
Kicks you in
me.
the balls.
All
We
right.
have a lot to think upon going forward.
Agreed. And at least we were able to confirm that they are the ones who destroyed or sabotaged the fields.
An experiment? Who experiments on farmland? And
I think it was more on the people they're taking. Killing crops is easy.
maybe. Well, goodness. Has anything else transpired while I was in captivity?
We do not know where Jade is.
Well,
You might have noticed he's not with us currently.
yes, I did. It's funny you should say that. Where is he and that blasted dragon?
Refer you to Bishop's previous statement.
We have no idea.
Well, I don't see any fire, so that's good at least.
This will go for the rest of the campaign.
Bishop, are you
Yeah,
okay? Do you need some more oil?
Oh,
Fire.
he's pretty lubed up. All right, are you guys heading back now?
Yeah,
We've
we're
been heading
still-
back the entire time.
No, we were heading
Okay.
back. I think I said multiple times that let's continue
Okay.
walking.
So you're walking back. Evening's starting to fall. Jade, you I need to change this out here. Cherry says she knows when to pay attention when I change the music.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation. You find your way back to the holes that are dug in the ground. You see them there, but they are empty. You have Gunner with you still?
Yes,
Okay.
because those holes are still what, a couple hours from town.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's good.
He sniffs. They're not here. I didn't know if you knew that.
So you can smell them if they were close.
Yeah, within at least 6 inches.
Oh, shoo! Wow, you're great at that.
I
Uh-huh.
try. It's a skill I'm perfecting.
Okay. And you said it's well past dark then now, right?
It's definitely getting dark. Yep.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of look out and see if I can't see, before it gets too dark out. Just scan the area. We may have to stay here tonight.
That's fine with me.
If we don't find them tonight, I'm gonna have to go back into town in the morning.
Oh,
You're
good.
gonna
I
have
get
to
to
stay
see
here.
town.
No,
I'll behave.
no.
Don't you trust me?
Let's talk about that some other time. I don't need you scaring the children, looking at them cross-eyed like you're going to eat them.
Nobody would miss just one.
Well, yes,
it's
yes,
Luna,
they would.
There's a town
Yes,
up
they
in
would.
fire.
So let's just stay here tonight, and we'll make a plan for tomorrow. I'll take the bag of gold out, throw it on the ground.
He knocks it into the hole, and then just kind of leaps into the hole with a thud.
I'm gonna set an alarm around the hole, all the way around, circle it.
Okay.
For the same thing as I did last time. Anything larger than a deer.
All right. The hole fills with rats. No.
Yeah, he would surprise me with you. And so, Gunner, we're gonna have to find them soon. Eventually, I'll get you into a town. But for right now, you have to grow up some. You have to keep your words to yourself. The words that you say scare people, even though you don't mean them. You got to be able to just keep your mouth quiet.
I mean, some of them.
Bishop doesn't like you. And since he doesn't like you, he doesn't really care for me because of what happened to the forest. He threatened to hurt me, or I should say you, if you were to be into the town or close to the town. And I want to respect that. Are you okay?
No, I think I'm coming down with something.
Dragon flu. It's going to be a long time, but I have to earn his trust. And I can't earn his trust by going against his wishes. There's going to come a time that you will be able to walk with me wherever I go. That is my hopes.
Well,
Lots of
I hope that's true.
But for right now, you just have to help me out. Just do as I ask. And then someday we will all be a good group, and then you'll be able to be with us all the time instead of having to hide out in caves.
Lair. It's my lair.
Your lair, I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm going to sit down next to him. I'm going to grab my backpack and take out some rope. And I'm going to cut I'm going to measure it around his neck. Say, come here. I'm going to flip the rope around his neck, measure it, and cut a piece off of it. And tell him that this is what we're going to do is I'm going to tie your hoard to this. So every time you lay down in your lair, you'll have it and you won't ever forget it.
What if I want to bury it?
You're not. If you bury it and leave it, you won't have any more. So I'll grab it and I'll tie it on to the rope, make sure it's secure, and then I'll put it back down underneath for him to lay on. So in the morning, I will put this around your neck so you can carry it because it's yours.
Okay.
All right. If you hear anything, wake me up.
If you hear anything, wake me up.
Sure. You need your sleep. You're a growing boy. And I'll just shake my head and lay down next to him.
All right. He quickly falls asleep. As the rest of you enter into town, I'm guessing you're going back to Elsa's.
Yep.
Hey.
All right. You walk back in. They're just finishing the dinner up.
Who goes there? We're closed.
Have returned.
Ah, Bishop. I'm glad you returned. Did you find... You found us.
They did, madam. They certainly did.
They
They found me.
some food.
rude.
You don't
Yes,
look so
if you
bad.
wouldn't mind.
Did they not rough you up very much?
Dear Quentin here has taken care of my wounds, minus maybe a little swelling. I'll point to my face.
I
I
think
would just
you'll-
like to point out that the swelling was you getting rid of your indents and healing from the punch to the face.
I think you'll be all right. And she reaches up and just kind of slaps your cheek where that is.
Why would you do that?
Quit your bellyache and drink some ale. And she walks back into the back.
Mouth agape, like rubbing his cheek and looking at Bishop.
As she walks away, she says, "Oh, Bishop, there's somebody that's been waiting for you."
I have some business to attend to.
The rest of you get in here. Got plenty of leftovers.
Come on in.
What are you trying to make tonight?
Stuffed green peppers.
He was eyeing up those peppers this morning.
Stuffed with lamb meat and some mint and a nice cover of goat cheese.
That all sounds delicious.
Oz
Plenty
is
left
practically
over.
going to pass out from just the smell of it.
We picked up some stale bread for you too, if you wanted, Oz.
I will take whatever you can give me.
I'm just kidding.
No. Huh. Whew. Thank you. Now, about the repayment. Whom do I repay for releasing me from captivity?
Well, me and
Excellent.
Trin are happy to take repayment. That's you're not talking to me.
I said before, Oz, I'm still not concerned about the money.
Well, I am in your debt.
I'm just glad we were able to get you back and get out of that camp without any bigger problems.
Truly, I'm quite surprised that you went through the effort to rescue me. I mean, who am I to you, rather than just some angry elf that follows you around?
Well, to be fair, you're also an angry elf who's helped in several battles, helped put out a forest fire, has gone with me to see my brother all the time. You're more than just a random elf. You are a friend and a companion.
You still don't quite know how to open up a locked chest, but we can look past that for now.
Truly, I am in all of your debts for rescuing me. Well, I am still on the run, but I will follow where our path lies for the time being. Just please be warned that if my past catches up with me again, you have every right to leave, and leave me to it.
Oh, you think we would abandon you so easily? Haven't I been telling you this entire time? You gotta fix your past. They will come back for you.
It certainly did. In a bandit tree,
Well,
of all places. All because
Always
I
were
slept
you.
a horse.
Always where you least expect it.
All right. Bishop, what were you doing while the rest of them are eating and conversating?
Putting Luna to bed.
Okay. You walk up to her room and she's up there and she's just running wild. Got like her nightgown on, her hair's a muss. And she's just running throughout the room. Bee, 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 bee.
I know you must have a lot of built up energy from all that laying around. I suggest next time you not be so lazy.
I'm going to stay awake like you. I don't need to sleep. Just like you. Just like you don't sleep. I'm just going to sit in the corner and I'm going to stare. And she hops up on her bed and just kind of squats down and just gets this blank stare right at you and like unblinking. I'm B.
I have told you before. I do power down for a brief time. We all need to regain energy. You
I
just do it longer.
power down for a brief time. And she just starts laughing and she falls over on the bed.
I am glad you are doing well. But it is now time to sleep.
She curls up underneath the blankets.
Oh, here is your off button. And I go and I poke her.
She just giggles. She looks up at you with a serious face. Now that the bad men are gone, are you gonna leave?
Luna, I need to help other children like you. Don't think of it as me leaving.
But what if I never see you again?
I am not going to lie. That is a possibility. But we cannot dwell on what is to come. We can only look fondly of our times together. I do not plan on becoming deceased. And I will try to make it back as many times as I can.
What if I grow old like Mommy and Trenton?
You will grow old.
And then I forget about you.
You won't forget about me. Remember, when your mother found me, she was around your age. And we have been together all this time. Souls come and go in this world. Sometimes they come back as other things. You just have to remain happy. Don't dwell on adult things. You are a child. You do not need this on your shoulders.
And she reaches out and grabs your hand and kind of holds it and says, "But you make me happy, Bee."
Remember that I am doing this for you. for others like you.
But I feel like I've missed so much already. And now you're gonna leave, and it's not just you, you're gonna take Mr. Oz with you. And Uncle Quentin. And the kitty cat. And
We
that
know
really
how
tall
your
guy
parents
who likes
feel
books.
about stray animals. I will promise you this. None of us will leave without saying our goodbyes.
You better. Because if you don't, and she holds up a fist, a little bald fist, I'm going to knock you out.
And I'm sure you could do it. Your parents need that strength. You do as they say. Because if you don't, I will find out.
I guess. But when I get older, and she jumps up real quick and stands up on the bed and kind of flexes her arms. She said, I'm going to rage like Mr. Oz. Rah!
I just nod.
And then she just collapses down into the bed. Will you stay with me again tonight?
I will.
She, again, like, pulls your arm forward and cuddles with it like a body pillow. Good night, Bee.
Good night, Luna. Have good dreams.
Don't let the werefish bite.
When the room goes quiet, you just hear powering down as she falls to sleep. The rest of you sitting around the table, bellies full. Well, I imagine you'll be leaving and taking B.
We will be. Eventually.
Assuming
Not
he
right
wants
now,
to
though.
come.
Where will you go next?
Well, I imagine Quentin wants to get back down Endor's Keep.
Yes, we'll most likely head back to Cander's Keep first.
But at some point in the future, I wouldn't mind if we made our ways to Governor's Den.
Oh, we most likely will. There's probably going to be another reason I need to go to Governor's Den.
Oh, that would be quite convenient.
That's one word for it.
What is your word? Why do you want to go back there?
I would definitely like to go back there for much better reasoning than I'm most likely going to be going.
Why are you speaking in riddles?
So
Oh,
cryptic.
right, that was
But-
confusing.
Put two and two together. I'm from Governor's Den. My brother is dying. What is that Governor's Den for me?
Oh, to bury your brother, you mean?
And tell our parents.
Quentin, you're much smarter than I am, because that took me a minute to catch up with where your mind was going. Yes, of course.
Oh, it's been something I've been trying not to think that much about right now. But it is
Well, it
a fact I need to face.
It is an inevitability of life. What is there to face? It happens.
Oh, shit.
Do you have people that you love die every day from a disease?
And people die from
No.
accidents. People die
That's not
from
what I
disease.
said.
People.
That Marsland, that's not what I said. I said, do you have people you love die every day from diseases?
No one in my family. No.
Okay. So shut up.
I'm just saying it's just rational. It's just logic. It happens.
I understand where you're
He's kind of
coming
muttering
from.
to himself. He's not directly talking to you.
Clinton's like half his size too. He's just like,
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Down here.
Get on your knees so I can start you in the face.
With
and
that,
my axe.
with that, Elsa just kind of gets wide eyes and sits back from the table. Well, it's time for me to get some rest, Trenton. And they both get up and walk out of the room.
I'm going to go find a place to rest.
He makes it 5 feet and just falls over.
Yeah.
Good enough.
I just like curl up in
Just
in a corner somewhere with my bedroll.
One arm goes up with a thumbs up.
In all seriousness, Marsland, I don't have a problem with what's going to happen. I've already accepted the terms, but doesn't mean it's any easier.
Get what the fuss is. Sure, it is sad, but processing your emotions and dealing with the outcome is just reasonable or logical, I should say. But I see other species. I guess they handle this differently.
Typically, yes.
I'm sorry for what you are going through, Quentin.
I appreciate the sincerity. But I agree with Oz. It is definitely time for bed. And tomorrow we need to find Jade.
Yes, strange that Jade has still not turned up.
Hopefully nothing bad has happened to Jade, like bandits.
Gunner's head pops in the window. Jay!
Yeah, leave it to the DM.
I can't see it. I can't see out here. I'm gonna need to light some fires.
Oh, gosh.
It's too dark. When it's been sufficient time with Luna being asleep, I'm going to make my way down to the workshop.
Okay.
And I am going to create a miniature version of myself
Okay.
as a
What
gift
are you?
for her.
What are you, Blaylock?
Okay. So the rest of you find a comfortable spot, lay down for rest. You get up, sneak out of the room, head down to the workshop, and begin working. Just give me a dexterity check.
Straight.
What was it? Oh,
18.
okay. Yeah, you develop it. Looks pretty similar.
And I want to make sure I'm back up there when she wakes up.
Okay. Jade. The morning light stretches in. You kind of open one eye and look up. Over the top of you, you just see 3 shadows looking down at you and Gunner inside this hole. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Where we're gonna end. Yep, that's where we're gonna end.
Those bandits are determined to get into a fight.
At least I got a trusty dragon.
A dragon that has been killed every time it's been summoned?
Yeah.
This is the longest it's been alive now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it hasn't
has?
been in combat.
Yep, no combat.
We believe in the dragon, Dougal says. Thanks, Coffee Man 71. Thanks for keeping the chat going. We always appreciate it. Oh man, great episode. One of our best. That was
a good one.
That was good. So I was happy with that. That was a good return episode. We'll be back next week on Monday. Wednesday we'll be playing something. If we can get everybody together to play Suns, we'll play Suns. If not, we'll play something else. Always got something going on. So yeah. Don't have to like close out with Midland Mall anymore. Signups are up for Midland Mall next year. No, I'm just kidding. No. If you didn't get a chance to see it when we first started, this is our new dice tower. Well, Mike's new dice tower. We finished printing it out, and it's our favorite creature, mimics. Which I'll have you know, I have not thrown a mimic at you, any of you yet.
It's still early.
It's coming. We've barely done anything besides set fire to towns and go and explore.
Get locked up.
Coffee
Yeah.
Man,
A lot of RP, man.
Slap a horse.
Coffee Man, thanks for that follow. Let me just hit everybody out here. Dougal for the watch streak. Always appreciate that. King Cuddles for the resub. 18 months.
Dougal, I'm still waiting for that bishop drawing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's going to be great.
It's been months.
Wombat, 22 months. Dice Dragons Guild for the raid. Appreciate that. Really do. Fanboy Tone for the sub. And the gifted sub to Dougal. Matt B for the resub. 3 months. Defects for the resub. 6 months. We always appreciate the power. I owe Bishop a Dragon C. Yeah. So we enjoy that. Check out the bonus action. And if you're listening to this in podcast form, whether it be Apple Play Music or whatever it is, we appreciate you just as much. Believe us. We talk about our listener numbers all the time. And you, if you're one of our listeners in Germany,
Germany.
Guten Tag, Guten Abend, whatever. Whenever time you're doing it. Great. So
somebody's on a VPN.
Possibly, but it's been really, really consistent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I quit Twitch. That's so unfortunate. Defect. But we still love you coming by. One thing we haven't done so far in this campaign, I know we're only on episode 19, but we haven't had a guest spot open, so I'm keeping an eye out when a good time for that to happen is. There's all that.
Split the party for the 47th time.
Right. Hold on 1 second here. All right. We are going to take you over to Blue Cottage D&D. Another D&D streamer. We want to keep it in the D&D family, so to speak. So until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the dungeon.
The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talk.
Haven't you got a new exit song?
I'm more than a little OP. I do what I want to. That's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra. I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster. Turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but a body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing a master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, within the rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Think thinking of all the ways I can top myself. On God, I can move like a devil. I hope you and your squad are ready for the last level that ends here. The end is upon us, I promise you. Novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking. They call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP. I do what I want to. That's a mantra. Keep it running and gunning like Contra. I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you. Novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking. They call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP. I do what I want to. Yeah, that's a mantra. I keep it running and gunning like Contra. Y'all, I'm a monster. Y'all are dealing with the best of the worst. Does anybody want to volunteer to die first? Wind up on the wrong side of a troubling curse. I'm a bully and I'm looking for a bubble to burst. Double the verse, rubble the debris in my wake. Coming for me was a mistake. Gonna give a guarantee your bodies are gonna break. One look at me, you can see that I've been taking the cake. Putting the credible and incredible, I consider it an